Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? It's Ty for nopickspodcast.
Hey family, it's Kim.
All right, so Kim, check this out. I found this clip today from Yada Awakening. I don't know whether or
Oh
not you
Lord have
ever
mercy.
you see it? So I found this clip from Yada Awakening that I kind of fucking agree with, yo.
Okay.
So I want to react to this with you, and I want your opinion on it and see what the family thinks, right? So I'm gonna pull it up and let's give our reactions to it.
Audacity to abandon your own children, then get into a relationship with another woman and put her children on a pedestal. How sick can you be? To turn your back on your own bloodline. You are a devil in the flesh. You are a monster of the mind. You are a walking, talking virus. Your children over here missing you. Your children over here having mental breakdowns. Your children over here saying, Mommy, why don't Daddy love me? Why don't Daddy come over here? Why don't Daddy call me? And you're over here taking pictures and posting them on social media with another woman and her children. You're not a man. And those children should forget about you because you're going to curse every step that you take while you're on this planet Earth. Any man that abandons his children and uplifts someone else's will never be successful and deserves the lowest parts of hell. All praises due to the Most High. You have the audacity.
All right, so listen, I don't agree with a lot of what Yada Awakening says, but all right. So before I give my opinion, let me know what you
Let
think
me get
of.
this out. Let me get this out.
All right,
Walking, talking virus. I'm sorry. All right, I'm done. Okay, go ahead.
I don't agree with a lot of Yada. Like I don't agree with a lot of what he says, but I think this is the second video I've seen of him where I'm like, "Yo, Bull got a point." What you think about what he said?
I agree. I'm sorry. I gotta get that. That was. I felt that in my soul.
Yeah, that shit was real. That was like some
really
real shit.
I was
right?
actually pretty surprised.
Yeah.
I was pretty surprised.
Right.
But no, I think it's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
How is it? All right, you leave your family, you leave your kids,
Right.
you leave one home, you leave your house to go play house with somebody else and their kids, and you can't. Like, how do you explain that to your children?
Right. That's tough. Yeah.
How do you explain being daddy to somebody else's kids and not the ones that you created? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, for once, I'm actually surprised. I agree with him.
Right.
I'm
Right.
a little stuck right now.
Right.
I
So.
wasn't expecting that. I'm like the verbiage, the
Right.
adjectives that he was using to describe. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The
No.
lowest
I
pits of
agree.
hell. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I agree with everything he said. I think he got a little dramatic, you know what I mean, with some of the verbiage or whatever, in my opinion. But I understand what he's saying. Right? Yeah. Shit, like a thunderstorm outside. But I understand what he's saying. I agree with what he's saying. Like you can't, and I see this happen. Listen, I talk a lot of shit. Oh, listen, Joe and I both, right? We talk a lot of shit about women on our channel.
You do.
However, there are times when I'm like, bro, like we are to blame in these situations, right? And this is one of them. So when Yada talks about this, it hits home because I'm like, yo, like I get what he's saying. So what I've noticed growing up and being in where I am in life, whatever, is that like a lot of guys deal with. So say you and I have a kid together, right? and we like, as long as you and I are together, I'll take care of the kid that we have together. But as soon as you and I split up, I'm gonna take care of the other women's I'm with. Fuck. So like, if I'm not fucking you, I'm not taking care of our kids, which is fucking crazy.
Right.
And that happens like too often. It happens a lot. And I hate to admit it as a black man, but I can't speak to other groups, right? But I'm from, you know what I mean, inner city of Philly, and I saw this shit happen a lot of times, right? As soon as the guy stops dealing with the woman, you stop taking care of the kid, whether the kid was yours or not. You stop taking care of it. As soon as you stop fucking the chick, you stop taking care of the kid. And that shit is very fucking common. So when I saw that shit, I always was like, I don't get it, because this is your kid.
Right.
Like, this is your actual bloodline. And Yada mentioned that in the thing, like, how the fuck can you not take care of the kid from your bloodline, but you'll take care of the kid from somebody else's bloodline because you dealing with her now? Well, he didn't mention that, but that's what normally happens. Like, whoever the guy is fucking, he'll take care of that kid of the woman that he's fucking.
Now, would you say that that's my dog crying because of the thunderstorm? I don't know if you can hear her, but would you say that, like, if let's play devil's advocate, right? Would you say that that's by choice? Most situations like that is by choice on the male's part, or is it because the mom doesn't give him access to his kids as she should?
I would think for the most part it's by
And
choice. For the most part,
by
it's by choice.
choice? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
There are some scumbag women out there that will be like, "Oh, if I'm not dealing with you, I'm not whatever." But
Right.
I've personally, I've never seen that. Like she wants help. The
Mm-hmm.
woman wants help. So she's like, "Listen, I'm here for it. Like, listen, we may not be together anymore, but I still want your help."
Mm-hmm.
But it's on the guy's part, and I blame men for this 100%, because I've seen it I've seen it a lot of times. Well, I got a cousin that I'm very close with. We talk all the fucking time, but yeah, like the guy that she had babies with had kids by another woman, and then he didn't take care of those kids, but then was found her. And then when they had kids, she thought that he would take care of her. And it's like, no, he didn't take care of his other kids. So of course you're not gonna have no loyalty to you and your kids, because he don't give a fuck either way.
Right.
So no. So I understand what Yada is saying in this situation, and I agree. And that shit happens a lot. If I'm gonna be honest, listen, this No Picks podcast, I'm gonna be real with this shit. Like, listen, men do this shit all the fucking time. Like, as soon as they stop fucking the woman, they're not taking care of the kid, whether it's theirs or not. Now, if it's me, I'm not taking care of the kid if it's not mine. But if it's mine, I'm going to take care of it. And
Ty, what if you had like developed a relationship with the kids that are not biologically yours? Would it be so easy for you to just walk away?
No. That's a different. So I'm thinking of it in a way where I don't know the kids. I never talked to the kids. I never dealt with the kids. That's a different situation. Like, so now what I wouldn't do though is I'm not adopting no kids that aren't mine. I'm not doing that.
I don't think you should.
I'm not,
I mean,
because that's crazy. Because I see I seen a lot of men get fucked for doing shit like that. But I wouldn't do that shit. But so I'll be like, listen, kid, you're awesome. I love you, but I'm not adopting you. Like, I'm sorry, because
no, but that's by choice, because and that also goes to say you need to know the person that you're with. Okay, so you need to know. I mean, like, you need to genuinely know what that person's intention is if you're gonna plan on, creating this blended family. Like, so I mean, I wouldn't totally say, oh no, I'm not adopting anybody else's kid, but because I don't want to get fucked over, because that's not the case every single time. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like, there are actually some families out there, but blended families, where there are stepfathers who have actually, like, adopted his wife or partner's children. And I mean, and they turned out happy. You get what I'm saying? So not every story is going to be like, every situation is going to be one of those, like, oh, she's trying to fuck me over. I'm not gonna adopt a kid.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's definitely a fear of mine.
I feel like you always go to the extreme.
But listen, I got 3 kids, so I feel like ain't nobody trying to take my kids on either. But
no, and I have 2, so like, and I like I get it. I get it. Like I don't know. Honestly, I'd be interested to see how this play out. Not without putting my personal business out there. I'll be interested to see how this.
But it's like, but this yada shit.
I'll keep you posted.
As far as like for what I've seen is real. Like listen, I've seen niggas not take care of their own kid because they stop literally fucking the baby mom. I've seen it. Like I'm sure you've seen it too. Like as soon as don't let her get another nigga, because then the guy will not take care of his kid at all.
So it's never really about the kids. Like he never really loved the kids. It was just about what he could get out of the mom, basically.
So they'll go hard for the kid. They'll do all this shit, but that's with the understanding that like at the end of the day, like I can still fuck the mom. So it's sad. Don't get me wrong. It's sad. I hate it. I've seen it.
That was crazy.
And this is a man thing. Listen, on a No Picks podcast, we talk. We give a accountability for the women, but in this instance, listen, I got to give accountability to the men because that's what the fuck we do. That's what we do, and I hate it. I think it's a very bad thing, and it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? But
like, is vagina that powerful to you, man?
Yes.
That you would fuck up a kid's life?
Answer your question, yes. But now I'll speak for myself. No, I'm not disrupting any of my 3 children's lives for any vagina. There's no vagina that it'll never happen. So no, I'll say for me. But with my lived experience in life, what I've seen, a lot of dudes will. And listen, a lot of black men will. And I'll take accountability for that shit. You know what I mean? Because like I said, we talk about accountability all the time, and I feel like women never take accountability. In this instance, listen, this is on us, and I think a lot of men will not take care of their kids if their baby mom or ex, let's be honest, it's baby mom for the most part. If their baby mom is fucking with another dude, the phrase that they'll say is, if the baby mom hits them up, hey, Timmy needs a new shirt or whatever, they'll say, go ask that other nigga you fucking. That's what they'll say. And that shit is real. And I've seen it. I hate it. I hate that it's a part of our culture, but like, yo, I'm not gonna lie about it. Like, it is what it is. And listen, I hate it. Listen, I hate it. It is like, but Kim, it is what it is. Like, if I don't associate with those kind of men now, but when I was a kid, I didn't know any better, right? But now the men I associate with now, that would never be the case. I mean, one of my,
because you are the company that you keep, like for real, you are the company that you keep, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You don't hang around them. Now, what would you say? Like, was there a defining like factor in your life where you felt like, okay, this is the way I'm gonna move, with my kids, as opposed to, you know, the majority of men out there who's just like, all right, I'm just like fucking, I'm just in for the sex.
I mean,
fuck the kids.
As soon as I start having children, I started, you know, prioritizing their situation. So, I mean, I can't say there wasn't. I mean, well, I guess me having them was a defining moment in my life where I'm like, yo, listen, I'm gonna go hard no matter what. You know what I mean? Regardless of, you know, the relationship I have with your mom. Because for me, I guess the way I think of it anyway is like, it's a selfish thing, right? Because listen, anybody who loves anybody who knows me know I love me some me, right? Like, I love me some Ty. So my thing is, they're an extension of me. So I'm not going to let them do without, no matter what. So I go hard, and you know, that
So you're not as selfish as you think you are, how you describe yourself. I mean, just from hearing your explanation, you're selfless. You're not selfish. Maybe you might have some selfish attributes about you, but not in that sense. No, you're not selfish. So would you say that majority of men are selfish
Yeah,
then?
I think that's our. I think first of all, I think most people are selfish. I think most people want what's best for self.
Mm-hmm.
But for myself, I can only say like from like once I start having children, I'm like, yo, like I wanted to make more money. I wanted to go harder for them. I wanted to, like establish myself in the world so that they can benefit from what I mean, my hard work. And I think I did that. I'm proud of myself, um I don't know, man. I guess I wouldn't do it any differently. If I could go back, I'd be like, listen, listen. I make more money than I ever had before in my life because of them. Because before I had children,
Mm-hmm.
I was cool. You know what I mean? Making 40 grand a year. I was like, okay, because I was perfectly content. I'm like, listen, nigga, I'm cool. I'm making. I don't got no kids. I'm making
Mm-hmm.
40 grand. I got like an apartment. I live with my grandma. It is what it is. Like I'm, what I mean? I can spend what I
Mm-hmm.
want. But now I'm like, yo, like now that I have children, I'm like, I gotta make more, and I gotta make more. I gotta make more. So now I'm like, I'm more ambitious because of them. But
Mm-hmm.
listen, I can say I'm ashamed and I'm embarrassed of how black men move in these situations. And I don't maybe white men move the same way. I can't speak on that. But what I can speak on is the black
Mm-hmm.
experience and how I experienced black people. Listen, brothers, cousin, all that shit. Like they really not trying to deal with the chick if they're not fucking a woman anymore. And I think there's a lot of women who can attest to that. And it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And you probably can't, right? But I've seen it and I'm like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just it's cringe. It's cringy. So I mean, so again, on
Yeah, I can't
right.
relate in that aspect, but I respect what you're
Listen,
saying. Yeah.
we go at women hard as shit all the time. And I got no problem going with it because there's a lot of inconsistencies with what the fuck y'all say and what y'all talk about. I think a lot of what the fuck y'all talk about is nonsense. But in this instance, listen, like I got no problem going at men. I think what we say in these instances, in this situation, is we look really bad in this situation, and
Mm.
it's on us. And I think we gotta suck it up and fucking kind of deal with it.
I respect it. I respect it. And just as a disclaimer, majority of what y'all say is not like
No, of
the
course.
end all be
Mm.
all for women and how we think. Okay, just have to get that out there. Because the shit that y'all be saying, not every woman
But
is like
listen,
that.
but
But I think it's funny though. But it's an interesting take. It really is because I mean me personally I can't identify with some of these
because
experiences.
you're
So
a
I mean
different
just
animal.
watching
You're
it
a
and just
different
trying
kind of
to
woman.
like.
Like you move differently and all that shit. But I hate saying that because anybody listening to this will say, "Hey, I'm the exception too," and I fucking hate that everybody thinks that they're the exception. And women seem to think that particularly because every woman think that she's special. Like take it this way: a ugly man understands he's an ugly man because he understands his results. Ugly woman is like, well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I may not be an ugly woman because she probably like fucked the dude that's like really attractive at one time in her life, so she don't think she ugly. So you understand what I'm saying or no?
Sorry. I understand what you're saying. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I just hate the fact that every woman think that she's the exception. So that's why like we try to avoid saying like, okay, you may be the exception because every person thinks that they're the exception.
No, no, no. I mean, again, all right. I'm not gonna comment on that because then I feel like I'll be revealing myself too much.
All right. Well, listen. Let us know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, y'all.
All right, y'all. Thanks for having me. Good night.